welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Figuring Out Epilepsy, where we talk about all things epilepsy plus more. Today, I have a special guest, Jenvon Cherry from Epitome of Epilepsy. You may see in her TikToks on Instagram. Like, she is doing her thing. How are you?
I'm good, Sam. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is totally a good vibe. I love watching you and your podcast.
Oh, thank you. I love you. I first found her on TikTok and I was like, this girl is so cool. I was like, I jumped on I like duetted one of her videos like right away. I was like, this girl knows what she's doing. I'm gonna follow her lead.
Well, the love is mutual, honey. I love your content just as much.
Thank you, thank you. So,
No problem.
let's start at the beginning because we kind of been following each other just for a little bit, not too long. When did you start having epilepsy?
I started having seizures at the age of 6 years old.
Okay.
So, for people who don't know, I was stabbed in my left eye with a pencil, and the pencil leg broke off in my eye, lodged itself in the brain, and from that one incident, I developed epilepsy.
Oh my goodness, I did not
I
know that.
know. Yeah. So the little, I was, I'm going to say kindergarten, preschool, first grade maybe. And we
Mhm.
were living in Washington, D.C. My dad was in the service, and it happened so quickly. Like, I don't want to be gory, but I mean, I pulled out the pencil that was in my, I still have vision, I still have the eye, but no one knew that the pencil lead had actually broke off until I went home. Like, in 2024, if this were to happen, my mom probably would sue the school, but this was 1989 and no one let my parents know. So when I got off the bus, my mom was looking at me like, "What is wrong with you?" I
Oh,
tried to
no,
do my best
no.
to tell her. Right. I did my best to tell her what happened. But she saw the gauze. She took me to the clinic. I got 10 stitches on the top of my eyes. Those stitches aren't even visible now because it happened so long ago. But 2 weeks later is when I had my first grand mal seizure. I was rushed to the hospital. They did an MRI and an EEG, and it was found that the pencil lead, about this maybe 2 inch maybe, was still stuck in my. So I still have the scar. I've shown it on social media. The scar that they cut my head open, took the pencil lead out, and I was in the hospital for about 4 months.
Oh my goodness. Why? Why?
Wow.
Why did they do that?
Um, so we were like, this is old school stuff, sitting at the table with construction paper and crayons. And my teacher at the time, Miss Caldwell, was in like a closet bringing school supplies. My two pencils had broken. I asked the little boy who was sitting beside me if I can use his pencil. He said yes, but it was not sharpened. In a matter of like 10 seconds, me going to take the pencil to the pencil sharpener, the little old school silver one, and did it up. He takes the pencil from me, and yeah, he took it from me and did like this, and I fell. My classmates, I remember, kind of scattered and ran under the tables, and my teacher heard the scream, and she came out, of course, looking at me like, "Oh my goodness." But she was telling me not to touch the pencil, but I couldn't help it. I just took it out of my eye and dropped it on the floor.
Oh my goodness, you're so brave for doing that. I hope he got in trouble. He got in trouble. He better have gotten in trouble. Something. He didn't get in trouble.
No, no, he did not. He and his family moved away.
Oh,
They
how
moved
convenient.
away. Yeah. I look, no lie. I tried to find them too, like on social media, but I cannot find him. But they moved away. Him and his family moved away. We did try to sue the school for like my doctor bills, but they said that they weren't liable, so the case was kind of a bust. So yeah, this little boy changed my life for the rest of my life. What I knew to be a 6-year-old and having fun automatically changed.
See, that's why everyone needs to be careful with their actions and what they're doing because
Mhm.
you never know whose life you're going to change because of something
Yeah.
so irresponsible and honestly so selfish. Like, who does that?
Yeah. It was
I,
quite, and I mean, he was young. He probably didn't even know. I think in his mind, or I assume, he probably thought that it was just like a minor incident, but that incident changed the span of my life. Like me, when I went into the hospital, I had all my hair cut off. At that time in 1989, like I was truly a guinea pig for a lot of different seizure medications. I have a fear of needles because I was stuck every single day. So it's like it was very traumatic.
Yeah, especially at such a young age. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Well, thank you. Don't be sorry. This is why we tell our stories to help
Y-
others.
Yes, yes, yes. So how did I have so many questions. How did how did your epilepsy change your life as far as like school is concerned with socializing and things like that growing
So
up
there
with
was
it?
a time, so because I was diagnosed so young, I mean, I definitely went through different stages. So there was a time that I went 10 years seizure free. When I got to high school, my junior year, sophomore year, I went to prom with someone and I had not had a seizure in 10 years. I'm sorry, it was my junior prom. My junior prom, I had my first seizure in 10 years. So even my mom was like, wait, what? She had a what? So at that moment, my seizure pattern changed. When I went off to college, it was extremely difficult to let professors know that I have epilepsy. I learn a little differently. I may not be able to turn in an assignment as quickly. I may not be able to process information as my peers at the time. But it was
Mhm.
difficult because it was almost like I didn't have a voice. I got the same counselor that everyone who had a disability had, the same generic paperwork. So I really didn't have a fight for myself until like my junior, senior year. But it wasn't, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was difficult. It really was. But I was determined to graduate from high school and college. I remember having doctors tell me when I was in middle school that I would not be able to go to high school. I would not be able to go to college. I would not be able to achieve a degree because I would be mentally, and I hate this word and I'm not going to say it. My lifespan would be mentally, as you
Cut
can imagine.
short, yeah.
Yes. So I was determined to kind of fight through the difficulties, and I think I did. I did the best that I could do. And I was grateful to have great professors in my life, especially towards the end of my year, to have people just want to see me push to make sure I walk across the stage. But I'm not gonna lie, it was not easy.
Yeah, I
Did I have a
definitely
social
feel
life?
you.
Yeah, it was not easy. Definitely was. I think college, and even after college was probably the most difficult, but I had a lot of seizures in college. You're trying to figure out yourself, you're trying to learn, have a roommate, learn new people, and all that added on, and having epilepsy is just, it could be a mind sore sometimes.
Mm, yeah. Do you think going through puberty and stuff is the reason why you got your seizure back in junior high?
That may have been a play. That may have been, I think it was like seizure changes, I mean,
Mhm.
medication changes. But it could be puberty because I definitely have come into having seizures during like my menstrual.
Mhm.
So that might have definitely played a factor into why I had a seizure after going so long, that 10-year span.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely see that as a pattern when I talk to more and more women in the epilepsy community that
Hmm.
their hormones, their menstrual cycle has a lot to do with their seizure activity. It's, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. And I've had epilepsy for so long that some of my seizure meds have actually stopped my menstrual. So I have not had a period in about 3, 4 years now.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know
It's
your
the
seizure medication can, because I say this because my menstrual cycle has been changing this last year. It was going from
mm,
7 days, and my last menstrual cycle was only 4 days. That I have never had it that short.
wow,
So
wow.
I'm going and getting all these tests done to see what's going on. But
Hmm.
now I'm gonna have to be like, hey, is my medication have anything to do with it? Because
And it may just, I'm not going to say it's not just me. I've been on Tegretol for 15 plus years. So I
Mhm.
really believe it's just the side effects of what is going on with my body. It definitely had a part in stopping my menstrual 4 years ago. So I'm
Okay.
not going to complain about it because, whew,
We don't like it anyways.
no, do not. No.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm definitely going to talk to my. Thank you for that. See, we are always learning.
Yeah.
We are always learning when it comes to
Yeah, I found
epilepsy.
that out. I had to ask my OB, then I asked my neurologist, and he said it definitely can play a part. So I had to ask questions too.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that kind of makes me feel a little bit better because I'm not like not premenopausal at 30 years
Listen,
old.
I'm definitely premenopausal. That kicked me right into, oh God, it's horrible. I don't wish this on nobody.
Yeah.
Menopause is a whole different beast.
Yeah. My mom went
Yeah.
through it early. So I was when my period started changing, I was like, oh no, I'm going to be like my mom because she got it in her 30s too. I was like, oh no. That's a
That's
whole
hilarious.
other set of
Yeah.
problems that you're going to have to deal with. I'm like, I'm not trying to deal with that right now. So, did you always have like such a positive attitude when it came to your epilepsy? And no.
So I think the past maybe 4 or 5 years, I've decided to be my own advocate and speak for myself. Um, to know that it is okay to have epilepsy, it is okay to be different. I have learned that I cannot change the past, but what I can do moving forward is to continue to use my voice to help others. But has it always been this way? No. I suffer from depression and anxiety, and I've definitely allowed myself to get down so deep sometimes where I didn't know if I was coming or going. It's such a heavy diagnosis, and you lose friends,
Oh,
you
yeah.
lose relationships, and being in certain situations, I mean, jobs, it hasn't been easy, but I have just chose to love myself for who I am. God gave this to me, and I hate to say that because it sounds weird when I say that. But when I say He gave this to me, I mean it in the words of He gave this to me because He knew I was strong enough to go through it. So all
Hmm.
I'm trying to do is help others see that they are strong enough to go through it as well.
Yeah. See, I love your positive attitude. Definitely give her a follow. I'll put all her information down below because she is so wonderful. Her TikToks, I love them. That's how I found her. But so you didn't, this is um, how I want to say it. At what point did you accept your epilepsy? Was it 4 or 5 years ago when you just
Oh.
started?
So I am 41. I think when I started to really think about, I've always wanted to do a nonprofit. Always. I would talk about this in high school. But I knew in order for me to find acceptance and try to call myself talking to other people, I had to learn how to accept me for me. I can't go in front of people that I'm trying to help and I'm still questioning myself and I'm still, ugh, I don't like myself. Of course, we all have those days, but I
Yeah.
knew if I'm going to move forward with this nonprofit, I have to be secure in myself and know who I am and love myself. Epilepsy, I may have a seizure one day, but hey, that's okay. I'm still beautiful and perfect, and that's okay. So I would say about 4 or 5 years ago, I realized that it is okay for you to have seizures. Other people do not see it that way. Of course, I've gotten a lot of negativity, especially in the workforce, and I'm blessed to have a really great group of friends. But I think it's just about self acceptance.
Yes. Yeah. I really try to preach that on my page. Just learn to love
Hmm.
yourself with your epilepsy because if you can't accept your epilepsy and yourself with it, it's going to be really hard to find that self-love and moving forward. Yeah, I've definitely gone through that and
Hmm.
Yeah. When did you start your nonprofit? I'm gonna have to pick your brain a little bit because that's something I've always wanted to do is start a
I
nonprofit. So
think you should. I
yeah,
really think you should.
I would love to. So I'm gonna hit you up a lot more and be like, hey.
I definitely think you should. So I started Epitome of Epilepsy in 2020, like around COVID.
Okay.
And I started it because I didn't see a lot of people of color. Like, I volunteered for a lot of organizations living from being in Atlanta, where I lived for a while, and then I'm from South Carolina, Charleston to be exact. And I volunteered with a few organizations, but I just didn't see any representation of me. And
Mm-hmm.
when I would bring it up while we were in meetings, how come we were leaving out certain areas? We don't go those places. Just negativity. So I took it upon myself. I kind of distanced myself from the organization and I started my own
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like some of our communities were being just weren't being touched, weren't being
Yeah.
paid attention to. And it bothered me. So I started my own nonprofit.
Yes, she did. And when did you was it hard?
Um, it's still
How's
hard. It is an everyday process. Trying to, grants and get people to donations for certain events like walk, gala, health seminars, health fairs, seizure first aid training. It's definitely hard, but if it's your passion, you fight for it, you grind, and it's my passion. And I've definitely made a lot of steps in the past 3, 4 years to helping brand Epitome of Epilepsy like I want it to be. Like, I just see it being so much bigger than what I started, and it's actually growing so much momentum. And I'm just so appreciative. I really am.
I'm happy. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'm always here for
I need you
you.
to come to the gala. That's what I need. I
I
need
would
you to
love
bring your booty
to.
to the gala in November. I'm telling you,
I
it
would
was so,
love
the girls
to.
had so much fun. You guys have a special table and you get gifts. You should definitely try to make it.
I oh yes, yes, yes. I definitely want to go. I was like, dang, they look like they're having so much fun. Everyone's all glamorous. I'm like, I want to be there. I was telling my sister about it too the other day when she was here. I was like, this yeah, I met someone. She throws galas for epilepsy. Like, I want to go. It's like,
All you gotta do is get here, and the rest will be
yes.
taken care of.
Oh, I am so there. So there. I need to start thinking what I should wear.
Yes, I haven't even thought of. Oh, I have an idea, but I haven't looked for anything yet. I'll probably start in the next couple of months, though.
That sounds
It's fun.
great. That sounds so. If you guys want to go, try to go. Hit
Uh,
hit hit my girl
Gotta
up.
go. Hit me up. All you gotta do is send me an email,
Yes.
pyramidofepilepsysc@gmail.com.
Yes.
Yes.
And we should all go and just like have so much fun. Let's just try to get everybody in the epilepsy community to
Everybody in
go.
the epilepsy community to come. That would be super dope. Yes, I would
Yes.
love that.
Yeah. I'll promote it. I'll promote it on my page. So,
I would appreciate it. I'm working on the flyers and I already found my speaker and my
mm,
honoree. So it's just about this is our biggest event. So
mhm.
normally I start working on grants and sending out my information for proposals for pharmaceutical companies or businesses. So I have a deadline that I have to meet, but yeah, I think last year was bigger than what I did the first year, and I'm hoping this year just gets bigger and bigger every year.
Yes, that's gonna be amazing. Yeah, definitely hit her up. Like I said, I'll have all her socials, the way you can contact her down below in the description. Oh my goodness, that's exciting. And then besides the gala, what do you have planned?
We have our, March 26th is International Epilepsy Awareness Day. So
Mm,
on March 23rd, we have our Jewels of Epilepsy walk at Hampton Park here in Charleston. And after that, we are participating, and I graduated from Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina, and they normally have a big, huge festival, Harambe Festival, every year. So Epitome of Epilepsy will be participating in that April 20th during Health Awareness Week. So
Mm.
that's going to be cool. And then we have a health seminar with Benedict College as well in Columbia, South Carolina.
I didn't know you had a walk as well. Look at you go. Look at you go. Man, see, I should be living on the East Coast. What am I doing over here in
You
Cali?
should be.
What am
Yes,
I
you
doing?
should be.
Like, that's where it's at. Oh, they got
You
galas,
should
they got
be.
walks.
I'm just trying to be like the up people. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to spread epilepsy awareness in my community and have
Yeah,
fun while I'm doing it.
exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do too. And just try to help as many people as possible.
You are. You
Thank you. Thank
are.
you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this. So, is it hard to organize that? Because I'm like, I want to be like you.
I so the first year I didn't really have a board. I was kind of winging everything. I'm grateful to have a board now who helps
Mhm.
me kind of plan out my visions, and we have monthly board meetings. Like right now, we are preparing for the walk. After the walk, we'll get ready for the Harambe and health seminar and the gala. So we normally have meetings, and I mean, it's not. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's definitely not.
That's
But
definitely.
if it's your passion, it definitely is worth the wait, or worth the while. Worthwhile, I should say.
Yeah. And then I also know you have the newsletter that you do. Well, how often do
Yeah,
you
we
put
do
that out?
monthly,
Monthly?
once a month. Yeah, we do the monthly newsletter. I do a 1 month. Each month has a new jewel of epilepsy. Now that it is Black History Month next month, I'm doing kind of a gallery of jewels of epilepsy and
Oh,
putting them inside the newsletter, but also putting, since it's Black History Month, putting some little get to know, not get to know, but informational facts about
mm-hmm.
epilepsy in the African American community.
Oh, that's nice. So, how did you come up with the name Jewels of Epilepsy? Because, I mean, that's what you call us.
You included.
Yes.
I don't know. So when I first started Epitome of Epilepsy, I always knew that I wanted to showcase other people who had epilepsy. First it was pearls, then I came to be thought about jewels. When you think about jewels and what a jewel really has to go through, it's almost like a butterfly to for them to get that perfect jewel. So in my mind, we are many shapes, many shades of different colors that you see with
Hmm.
jewels, and I feel like we the best side is when we shine. So in my
Yes.
mind, we're all jewels. You know, good, bad, and different, but we all shine in our own different
I love that.
light.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's so beautiful. You should definitely, do you have merch? You should definitely do some merch with that.
So So my website is just being revamped, and on the website, new merch will be there. There will be Jewels of Epilepsy journal, Jewels of Epilepsy planner, hats, Jewels of Epilepsy water bottles, and some wristbands, bracelets.
Hmm. Oh,
I'm excited.
okay. I'm excited. You
So
are
excited.
doing it. You are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I saw my memory's so bad, but I saw recently that you started going back to work, right? Or am
No,
I
no, 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 no.
mistaken?
I don't know. So, this is, I think year two or year three. So I stopped working due to my epilepsy,
Hmm.
and it was my doctor and my neuropsychologist at the time made a decision that I shouldn't be working. So I started Epitome of Epilepsy before I stopped working. I
Hmm.
wasn't really able to dive in it while I was working, of course, in the corporate world. But as soon as I got the word that, okay, yeah, we're going to need you to sit down, I started with Epitome of Epilepsy. Now, what you probably saw is my workspace in my room.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay.
have like a little workspace in my room that I kind of put on social media.
Okay. And then I also saw that your brother was talking about you.
Yeah.
How is that? Because when I first started having epilepsy, I saw the look on my older brother's face when I had my first seizure,
Mm.
and that absolutely broke my heart. How is it, from his perspective? Oh, we need to get him on here. I just
You should. You should. He would definitely. He loves stuff like this. Um, so I don't think I grasped how much it affected him when I was 6, but when we got older, I noticed, he was very much the protector. He didn't want anything to happen to me. We lived together for a period of time when my seizures were really bad, and he would definitely have to come into the bathroom and cover me up and pick me up and bring me to my room
oh,
because I had had a seizure coming out of the shower. And I didn't realize that he just no longer heard the shower, me getting out. And when he came in, I was on the floor. But I definitely think it's been traumatic and difficult for him to, difficult, but I think now he is used to it.
mm-hmm.
But I think in our early years of us being young, it was definitely hard for him to see because no one likes to see their loved one,
Yeah.
sibling going through something like that. And it's not like a cold. We can't take medication for this to go away. It's not a cure. So he definitely had to get used to like the what we call the side effects from our seizure medications and the mood swings and the up and down emotions. So he definitely has been affected, but he's done a good job as far as being there for me.
Yeah. Oh, he sounds like such a great brother. Yeah, I saw a video of him just like boasting about you and how proud he is. I was like, that's so sweet.
Yeah, he
What
did
a
a
good
podcast. One of
brother.
his best friends, yeah, has a podcast similar to yours, and he spoke about things that I didn't even know he was going to talk about. So when I watched it, I was like, he was telling my business, sir, but it's okay. It's okay. I get it. It's okay.
Educational purposes.
Right. Educational purposes. Purposes. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
gonna let you slide. But yeah, he had a good time. He loves doing stuff like this.
Oh, okay. We'll definitely need to have him on here then. Yeah, talk to him about it because,
Perspective. Hmm.
yeah, because I always say too that, epilepsy doesn't only affect the person that has it, it affects your
The
loved ones,
family.
the people around
Hmm.
you. And
Hmm.
like I said, when I've had my first seizure, I never saw my older brother cry. And that was the first time. And I think like the only time I ever seen him cry was when I
Hmm.
was in the ambulance getting ready to be taken to the hospital. And then I
Wow.
know with my daughter, it's been hard for her
Hmm.
dealing, with a mom. She she first saw me have a seizure when she was like 3 or 4, and then she got seizure first aid certified when she was like 10. And she said after that it made her a little bit more comfortable with my
Okay.
epilepsy.
Okay.
So
That's pretty awesome, though. I mean, because it does affect different family members, especially if you're the person who has epilepsy and if you're
yeah.
living with people, it does affect everyone. I mean, relationships, dating relationships, marital. I mean, it affects everyone.
How I don't know your relationship status, but like if you want to talk about that, how's your romantic life with epilepsy?
So prior to him, it was difficult. I've
Okay.
been in, unfortunately, domestic abusive relationships, and I don't want to say centered around my epilepsy, but it definitely played a part.
Hmm.
Um, who I'm with now definitely has always, since we've met, been very opening. I remember on our first date, I told him about my epilepsy, but it wasn't anything he didn't know because we attended the same church together. So after our second date, I remember him asking me, "Well, you said you took these medications." I kind of looked them up. I googled them. I've never had anybody tell me they googled medication that I took and side effects. Until this day, he's similar to my mom. Like if I don't pick up on how I'm feeling, you okay? Are you okay? You need some water? You need to sit down? You moving too much? You're a little jittery. He notices everything. So I just feel like when it comes to dating, you have to find the right person that's going to truly love and accept you for you. It's out there. Sometimes, not sometimes. It could be difficult to find. Took me a really long time, but I definitely have someone in my life who's never looked at me and judged me for dealing with epilepsy.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Aw.
I just wish that he would hurry up and marry me.
Okay. Do you want me to have a talk with him? I'm little, but I'm feisty. I'll have a talk. Send him my way. I'm like,
But
what you doing? Come on. She's the total package. What you doing?
but it's funny because I was so self-conscious, and it's probably because I've been in bad relationships, dealing with people who didn't really understand or didn't care to understand that, I don't drive. Do you drive?
I don't drive. No.
Okay, yeah, I don't drive either. I haven't been behind the wheel since I was 15. So being in relationships where you're being made fun of because you don't drive, and what kind of person are you who you're not even going to be able to have a real job? You're not going to be able to
Mm.
bring anything to the table. He's never talked down to me. He's always respected me with the most respect, and he treats me like a queen.
That is amazing. Yeah, I've experienced that. I've got made fun of because I have accidents when I have my seizures, and they're like
Mhm,
basically saying it's embarrassing that I'm a
mhm,
grown woman having accidents. And I've been told no one would love me or accept me because of my epilepsy, and
mhm.
but
Yeah, same
I
thing. And you begin to feel like, okay, maybe you are right.
yeah,
Maybe I'm not going to be able to find anyone. And when it's told to you so many times, it's almost like, well, damn, maybe it is me. You
yeah,
start to believe that.
I definitely believed it. I believed like I stayed. One of the reasons why I stayed in a toxic relationship was because I believed it. Because I was like, well, this guy's willing to be with me, and I've been
Yep.
told no one would want to deal with my epilepsy. Why am I gonna
Hmm.
leave this? Even though he treats me bad, at least he's with me.
At least he's with me. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. It,
Yep. I can recall when I lived in Atlanta dating this guy. He roughed me up. I thought it was okay because I love you. I just want you to be better. You shouldn't be having seizures like this. And you can't drive and I got to take you around. I mean, it's okay, but it do get on my nerves sometimes. But in my mind, all I heard was, he loves me. And I thought it was okay. I didn't realize how toxic and how negative and how much it was causing my seizures to just, oh,
yeah, yeah. Right now, I'm facing because I do get guys in the DMs and that they want to talk to me and this and that, but I'm always so terrified to let them in because I'm like, what if they turn out to be like this toxic relationship or this person that told me all these horrible things about my epilepsy? Like, I get that it's out there, but a
mm-hmm.
person can switch up in at any second. So I'm like,
Representative is what I call it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I get scared trying to date someone. That's why I've been single. One of the reasons why I've been single so long.
Well, first, let me say this. You are gorgeous. Like, you are
Thanks.
beautiful. So, I can see why the guys want to slide in your DMs. And it's weird because this generation of men, it's like they forget to ask you out in person on a real date. It's just like, let me slide in your DMs. But okay,
Yes.
let me say this. I slid in my man's DMs and he's still
Okay.
with me. So, but you
Sometimes I
gotta,
had to go for it.
sometimes that, sometimes you gotta go for it, you know?
Okay. Were you ever nervous like getting into a relationship with him?
Um, okay, I had always had a crush on him. Like I said, we went to the same church, and when he would walk into church, I would tell my cousin, "Girl, look up, he is fine." But he was married at the time, so
Oh no.
yeah, he was married. So I was kind of less than on the sideline. So when
Mhm.
he, got the divorce and the separation, we started dating, but I was never nervous. Well, no, let me not lie. Yes, I was. I was nervous because he is older than me, and I felt like he was more distinguished and educated than I am. And I didn't know how he would feel, even though we went to the same church, but us getting to know each other outside of church and me telling you about my epilepsy and other things that I have going on, you might look at me differently, but he never did.
Girl, I really need to talk to you because this is a little exclusive, but I am talking to someone right now, and he is older than
Mm.
me. I'm more educated and all that. And so I'm like, girl, you just described my situation. I need to talk to
Look, it may be a sign. You
you.
never know.
And maybe this is the pep talk that I needed. Because I swear, at least 5 times a day, every single day, I'm like, this is too good to be true. This is not real. Something's
Mm-mm.
going to
It is
change.
out there. No, it is out there. That's what I thought. I knew that the shoe, and he says this to me, you were always waiting for something bad to happen. The other shoe to drop, because it always does. But sometimes you get that, you know what? This may be the real thing.
That's
You never
that's
know.
that's how I feel right now. I'm like, I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop because this it seems too good to be true. And I told him about my epilepsy too, and I was like, "Do you have any concerns? Anything? Like, ask me anything." And he was like, "I'm concerned about you as far as your safety, but it doesn't bother me that you have it." That's
Listen, that sounds really good. I feel like, if you feel comfortable, you see where it goes. There's nothing wrong with that. It's
yeah,
a risk in relationships, whether it's going to work or not. But, if you feel like you two are gelling, I say go for it.
yeah. Stop being
Nothing's
such a
wrong with
weenie
being
and scared.
happy. Yes, stop being a weenie and scared. Exactly.
Uh, I needed this talk.
Stop being a weenie and go for it.
Uh, I'm trying. I'm trying. I feel
I'm
like
gonna
I
need you
have
to
like
try
one
harder.
foot in and one foot
And one
out.
foot out.
Yes. I'm just like, and everyone don't even try to like look for him on my because I don't even follow him on social media and he doesn't follow me. So
You won't find mine that much on. Like for my birthday, the only thing I did, we went out and had, his shoe and my shoe together, but I don't post pictures like that. Mm-mm.
yeah, I'm
'Cause first
private
of
when
all,
it
he
comes to
handsome. I don't need nobody
relationships.
else sliding in his DMs like I did. So, mm-mm.
Exactly. And I think if you add like too much like public view and other people having a say in your relationship, it's
Yep.
downhill from
Open
there.
door. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like
I get
I think
that.
I think Steve Harvey was the one who said this one time on his show where he was like, a relationship is between two people. Once you start letting other people in, it starts messing up the relationship. So,
Absolutely. I agree.
oh
I
my
definitely
gosh.
agree.
I definitely needed this talk. I'm gonna hit you up though. I'm gonna hit you up for a lot of different things. I feel like
Yes,
I,
please
I feel like
do.
I need you.
Please do. I'm always here.
That's amazing. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we had this chance to just sit down
Me
and talk.
too. Yeah, because we do follow each other on social media. So this was
Hmm.
very pleasant. I enjoyed this very much.
Me too. Me too. So before we go, is there anything else that you would like to say to everyone?
I would just like to say follow me on my social media platforms. I'm on TikTok as Jills of Epilepsy and on social media as Epitome of Epilepsy on Facebook and Instagram. And yeah.
Yes, definitely. She's amazing. I love her TikToks. So definitely go follow her. I'll have links to everything down below. So go
Yes.
ahead and check that
Yes.
out. And
Subscribe to my website at
yes.
www.epitomeofepilepsy.org, and you will get
Yes.
monthly newsletters as well as monthly to let you know whatever is going on with Epitome of Epilepsy. You will receive it.
Yes. And make sure you sign up to go to the gala. I am definitely working behind the scenes and trying to get there. So most likely I'm going to be there this November at the gala. So make
November the
sure.
9th. You can already put it in your calendar.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you sign up so you can see the both of us. We'll be the ones acting a fool.
We certainly will be.
Thank you so much for
You're
coming on. We're
welcome.
gonna get your brother on next time. You and your brother.
Awesome. He would love that very much
Okay.
so.
Sounds great. Well, thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode of Figuring Out Epilepsy. Bye.